My sister refused to help with Dad's care, so I gave her his bills instead. When Dad had his stroke, everything changed overnight. He went from being the strongest man I knew, the one who built our family home with his own hands, to needing help just to stand. The hospital said he'd need therapy, medication, and round-the-clock care for at least a year. I didn't even hesitate. I moved into his house, rearranged my schedule, and became his full-time caregiver. My sister Lily had other plans. "I can't," she said over the phone. "I have my own kids, my own life. You're better at this stuff anyway." I bit my tongue. "You mean being responsible?" I asked. She hung up. For months, I did it all. Feeding Dad, cleaning, managing his appointments, paying his bills. I barely slept. I worked from my laptop during his naps. I sold my car to cover his medical equipment because our insurance didn't cover everything. Lily would call occasionally, just to post on Facebook later about how she was so proud of Dad's recovery. I stopped correcting her lies. Let her have her social media sainthood. I had real work to do. Lifting him in and out of bed, cooking soft meals, cleaning his bathroom, watching him struggle to button a shirt with his trembling hands. One day, Dad's physical therapist told me the bills were piling up. I opened the stack on the counter. Hospital charges, medication, insurance copay. It was thousands of dollars. I texted Lily, "Can you chip in this month? Even a few hundred would help." She replied instantly, "Sorry, things are tight right now. Maybe next time." That emoji made my blood boil. Tight? She and her husband had just gone to Cancun. I saw the photos. A few days later, she sent a "thinking of you" card with a Bible verse about patience. No money inside, just glitter and guilt. That's when I realized she didn't feel bad. She just didn't want to look bad. So I decided to give her what she refused to take: responsibility. The next time the hospital called about billing, I updated their records. I gave them her address and her phone number. "She's the joint financial contact," I said calmly. "Please send future statements to her." 2 weeks later, she called me furious. "Why are Dad's bills coming to me?" I kept my voice even. "Because you said you couldn't help with his care. So now you're helping with the costs. You can't just dump this on me." "Oh, I can. And legally, as his daughter, so can you. Remember? Shared family responsibility." She tried to yell, but Dad's voice interrupted from the background. He'd overheard everything. "Lily," he said quietly through the speaker, "I raised you better than this. Your sister's been here every day. You haven't lifted a finger." There was silence. Then she hung up again. Weeks went by with no word, but the bills stopped coming to me. Somehow, they were being paid. When Christmas came, she finally showed up. No apology, just gifts. She handed Dad a new blanket and said, "I've been helping out behind the scenes." Dad smiled but didn't say anything. After dinner, I found an envelope in my purse. Inside was a check for half the year's expenses, with a note, "For Dad, don't ever do that again." I laughed quietly. I guess I hit her where it hurt, the wallet and the pride. But I didn't feel guilty, not one bit. Because caregiving isn't about who posts the sweetest tribute online. It's about who shows up when it's hard, messy, and inconvenient. And she finally learned that lesson, even if it came in the form of overdue hospital statements. Later that night, Dad patted my hand and whispered, "You've done more than enough, sweetheart. Don't let her guilt you." I smiled through tears. "I'm not, Dad. I'm just tired." He squeezed my hand. "Then rest. You've already won."